morning everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So I am up bright and early today because for the first time ever I am going to go get my lips done. I'm a little nervous just because I don't know how it's gonna feel or how they're gonna turn out, but I'm also excited. So Royce is not able to come with me because he had to work, so my friend Miriam is gonna meet up with me to give me her input. I am going to be going to Syringe Spa, and I am going to be getting one syringe of the Juvéderm Ultra Plus. So yeah, I mean, ultimately I am so excited. My lips have been an insecurity of mine since I was younger. I feel like they've gotten a little better now that I'm older, but especially when I was younger, I feel like when I would smile, like my upper lip would just disappear. So I'm gonna go grab my keys and I'm going to head out.
How are we feeling, Miss Amber?
I think I'm doesn't she make you feel
Comfortable.
Yeah. I'm doing a bunch of consents.
Dun, 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 dun.
Should I be reading them?
Yes.
We are about to, well, not we, me, about to do this.
My name is Patty Shipley. I'm one of the NPs that works with the spa, and I'm just going to run through a few safety questions with you. It'll take us about a minute to complete, and then we'll get your appointment rolling. Okay. Before we begin, I'd like to get your first and last name so I know I have the right chart, please.
Ambermendes.
All right, Amber. And what treatment are you having done today?
Lip fillers.
Awesome.
Do you notice this crooked? When you said that one side of your lip pulled up a little bit, like I can see what you're saying. I don't think it's crooked. I think you just have a hyperactive muscle right now. Okay. But one thing, when you look at it, I want to see your picture too, but I want to show you one thing up here. So when you smile, you have the kind of lip that pulls under a little bit. Smile real big. What I mean by that is you lose some of your upper lip, like it's actually going under a little bit. So one thing that can help you, it doesn't help everybody, but it's called a Botox lip lift. And what that does is it's going to relax this muscle and allow it to, rather than pull under, it's going to release it and it'll give you a little bit more surface area in the upper lip. All right, let's look at your lip goals. And you have braces too, which can change your lips a little bit. Nothing bad, but it just, if anything, it's going to push them out a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit more.
So I found this online, which I think are really nice.
Yeah,
And I'm not sure if that can happen with mine.
yeah. So you're starting at a little bit less than what we're at here. So I'm guessing to get you to this is probably going to take more than one sitting, more than one syringe. It's not going to be too much of a challenge. I'm so excited for you.
I also found this one. I guess it's kind of the same.
Okay, so kind of the same. The fullness is similar. This one doesn't have that like hole in the middle, kind of the keyhole that we were talking about a little bit. But my guess is that rust. You know, what do you like better out of those two?
Honestly,
They're going to be very similar.
maybe less of a keyhole.
Okay.
I want to like come out looking like one of those like all bad.
I want to promise. No, you've got great lips to start with. And I think just adding a little juice and kind of using your natural lip shape, but enhancing, keeping a little bit more volume in the medial part, like right in the center, is going to give you similar to both of those anyway. And we can I can kind of show you as we go a little bit too, to where they're just to your liking. Keep in mind that you're going to have a lot of swelling and potentially some bruising after your treatment today. You're young and healthy, so you shouldn't have a hard time. That should go down fairly quickly, but usually my day of my lip treatment and like up to 2 days after are usually my days where I'm like, oh my gosh, give me the bath.
So like what day would you say that you see like your end result?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. We tell people to wait 2 weeks to see the full result after your filler has fully had time to settle into your tissue, mesh with everything.
And then
You're gonna
does it normally last?
up to 6 months. So that's pretty normal. Everybody's different. Your body metabolism can affect how quickly you run through the filler. So good for other things, right? But not good for filler. So everybody's different with that, but I would say the average is about 6 months for lip filler. The package, I think, advertises up to 12 months, but generally most patients will see like 6 to 8 months.
Okay. And is there a major difference between the Juvéderm Ultra Plus and just the normal Juvéderm?
So we have so many different lip fillers. Let me see if I have something to show you. Yes, there is a little bit of a difference, and I'll explain that to you.
The package I did buy was the Ultra Plus.
Okay, and that's pretty common, especially in young people coming in and wanting those like pillowy, what I mean by cold water.
I think I know what you mean.
Kind of, yeah, very hydrated and almost, the one thing I like, I love the Ultra too. It doesn't quite pull as much water, so it gives you a little bit more of a natural look. But again, it depends on what your lip goals are. It definitely swells a little bit more. Just going to be a little bit more natural looking. Not quite as much of the pillowy pout like that, but it's still going to add volume and look really, really
I
nice.
think on the phone when I had asked, someone mentioned that the Ultra Plus is a little thicker.
It is a little bit thicker. Same thing, no facial expression, straight ahead. Can I take a before and after on my personal cell phone as well?
I'll tag you.
Yes, please do. Yeah, I'm working on getting them. Everybody wants to see profiles and stuff on Instagram, so everybody might want to go there.
Yeah, I did look up the Syringe account, and we just don't have one.
I know.
That makes me nervous.
Well, look up our reviews and stuff.
I
feel
did.
like, I mean, most of our patients are referrals. A lot of times that come in because people are happy here. So it's about making a connection with your injector and trust of eventually, you know. But I know that's always nerve-wracking going to new places. So we know that we need to get better at our social media. Yeah, you probably do it too. No facial expression. And then we're going to clean really good again before we do any kind of injection. Just clean the surface of. But no makeup on your lips for 24 hours at least. And along this one today and tomorrow, I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks to help this one. Like elevating your head on a couple of pillows tonight, applying ice every 15 minutes or so, just a little bit. I'm going to give you some ice to go home with. Are you a social media influencer?
Really?
Yeah.
Not really.
She's
I have
starting.
a YouTube
Blogging or
channel.
something like that?
Yeah. It's me and my boyfriend just do random things.
Cool.
You know, during quarantine, everybody decided to start new projects, hobbies. So we actually work together.
What do you do?
We actually work.
Well, orthodontics.
Oh,
Yes.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Awesome. That's
That
normal.
sound feels funny.
That's normal. The only downfall about it is the weirdness about when it's fully kicked in at first, like trying to suck a straw, for instance. It's just a little bit funny feeling. Like
That's it.
Yeah.
We can handle that.
Mhm.
Because that's always what I hated. Like when I was younger, it was even worse than I feel like it is now. But I feel like when I smiled, it was like,
Yeah.
and looked like
It's
so
not,
thin.
I would call it mild. Smile really big and cheesy for me. Okay, you see it more when you do it like that. Smile really big and goofy. Not goofy, but big and cheesy. Sometimes people have that smile that pulls up. It's pulling up a little bit right here. You do too a little bit, but to where they're just seeing the top gums. And we call it a gummy smile. And so this muscle underneath your nose here is pulling up too much. The muscle we're targeting in your case is the round muscle around your mouth called the orbicularis oris. Which, hook her up for us again. You can see even you're hyperactive on this side, and when you smile or talk, the sunlight is always shining in San Diego.
It does look like this one's lower than this one.
Yeah, like this one's working a little extra hard. If I put just a teensy bit more on this side, it's going to relax it a little bit more and then even out a little bit. It's also going to cause this lip to pull up and give you just a little bit more surface area, especially when you smile.
See, you want to do that, Snort? You see how crooked it is?
And so you're going to notice little asymmetries like that even more when you have lip filler, because it's just going to accentuate that a little bit. So it's still going to be your natural lip, but there's little things I'm going to do to try to make it more even.
Are you feeling nervous?
I'm just a little nervous and then you go in there.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
It's going to be just Wrestling Kiss is the newest one on the market, but we have both Galderma and Juvéderm products and Revenant Versa. So anyway, this is my bag of tricks. Your trick is right here. Okay. That's really funny. So your lips are a little bit harder, and this filler is a lot more precise. It's like a very fine thing to where the one area myself. Yeah. Go ahead and ice your lips a little bit. What that's gonna do is it's a little pain relief too, and you're numbing, and it's also gonna shrink up blood vessels. So your lips are one of the areas that has the most blood vessels, the most nerve ending. Again, this is why kissing feels so good. This is why we love lips, but injections are painful. It's very quick. As far as you're gonna be out here in half an hour, and you're gonna be so happy and happy that you did it and stuff. Usually people go through a phase of with the swelling and everything. Wake up tomorrow and be like, oh my god, what did I do? My lips are huge and crazy, and you just notice little slight increases and stuff. And then once the swelling goes down, you're like, oh my god, where'd my lips go? And then they get to just this perfect point where you're happy. And at that point, if you want to do a little bit more, 2 weeks out, I would be just come back in and talk to me and see if the next step would be more filler for you or not. Because the lips you were showing me would probably be about 2 syringes. However, 1 syringe you're gonna be happy with. Okay. Do you have any questions on anything before we get started?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Maybe you have anything for me?
We kind of talked a lot about this. Yeah,
you covered it all.
What to expect, but I'll be here until I can use it. And so relax the lips open just a little bit, just kind of like a natural. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. Here comes the first poke. 1, 2, 3. That was the first injection. What do you think?
Not
Now you know what it's like.
super bad. All of my eyes are watering.
Get better as we go over here.
Not as
Jay-Z
bad as I
already.
thought. Oh, hell no.
Breathing, Amber, you're doing so good. You're becoming like a pro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You look really good. Oh yeah.
And then I'll show you some picture. I'll show you the mirror and stuff. Awesome. You're doing great. You leave here today, they're going to be a lot bigger than what they will be. So don't let that alarm you. I love the way they look now. We don't have to do the full syringe, but there is a lot of swelling that goes along with your first, with your injections today. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
What do you think so far?
I like them.
That is less than half the syringe so far.
Wow.
So yeah, looks awesome. So now my goal is going to be to kind of refine and pull it up a little bit and pull down a little bit and keep it with my techniques.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, what I'll do is kind of create just a little bit more lift to the upper lip to give you just a bit more surface area upper. And then, God, they look so good already. And then a little bit more volume down here too, throughout. Okay? You're doing great, like a pro.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Say cheese.
This time of your lip is still a little bit higher, which is what we started with. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to get just a little bit more lift on the left side of your lip to just kind of even them out just a little bit, okay? You doing okay still? Yeah. Just let me know if you need a little break at all. There's we're almost done. Sure, you can wear the last little, this tiniest bit left, so I think it's also just fine for you. Let me just show you. Ready? Okay, 1 second, let me clean it up a little. What do you think, Miriam?
They look good.
All right.
I love them.
Oh yeah, and so your lips are gonna feel so weird right now with all the numbing and like the foreign body in there, the filler. See how like that'll get. So we did put a little bit more on this side now, so we should get a little bit more lifted. So you might start to see results as early as 3 days, but it'll be like at its full effect at 2 weeks. So pretty. What do you think so far? I have just about like 0.15 left in the syringe.
I feel like they're pretty good. I would be. Do you think if I use the Rex, it would look just way too?
But keep in mind, you're swollen right now.
That's true. Huh?
They're very
So it's not gonna.
Stay like that.
No.
It's gonna go down.
And same with tomorrow. Don't be surprised because they're gonna be like huge tomorrow and the next day, and then they start to settle down and then
Okay. Yeah. Let's use it then.
yeah,
Because if I'm just swollen right now, like they look good. So
Yeah.
they're gonna go down.
exactly. Yeah, I think so too. It's such a small amount too. That so go ahead and smile for me. Awesome. Out. It looks pretty even to me. Last little bit. Yeah, I think maybe they're a little bit small, especially if you're definitely going to go down all this stuff. Try not to judge them too hard over the next few days, especially. That's when it will kind of go down to change. And then we'll put the last little teeny bit here, and we'll kind of get a little bit more of that pouty big pouty look that comes with it here. Other places, if you don't want to put any more in the lip balm, you could put a little teeny bit in the corners of your mouth here to help keep this line here, just support your lips and keep it curving upward and not down. You're young enough to where you don't have those tiny little problems around them. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a duck face.
with what I can do right now.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets.
So I'm going to give you a little bit of a massage now with some arnica gel and then a little silver gel. And so this part is going to be a little bit painful. Probably not as bad as the injection. Gorgeous. Silver gel is just like an antimicrobial. Like that.
What would be some abnormal side effects?
So, good question. I'm going to send you home with a paper that includes all that too, but let's talk about it. So, with filler, as same as in any implant kind of thing you put in your body, we're worried about filler going into a blood vessel. So you've got so many blood vessels on the face. It's a normal concern. But what I do is when I'm injecting, I'm looking for signs of a blood vessel occlusion, which would be a discoloration to the skin that is not like a normal bruise. Like a whitish appearance, kind of looking like this, but staying that way. So when I do this and I see good blood return, that means she's got good blood flow to the lips and everything looks normal and perfect before she leaves the office. So I'm always monitoring those things. When I send you home, I'm telling you to look for pain that seems worse after your treatment, like getting sharp pain. Like I said, the discoloration that doesn't look like a normal bruise. Basically, any concerns you can call us with, and we'll get right back to you. None of these things, luckily, knock on wood, have ever happened to me or my patients so far, but it's always a possibility anytime you're getting anything injected into the face. Luckily, your lips are pretty resilient and they transform. Everybody's lips are slightly different, but they the other things that we worry about are like a vessel compression. When we put too much filler in a small area and it just compresses the vessel, so you're not getting as good a blood flow. I don't see any problems on you today. I just like to go over all that. So if you were somebody who had really, really tiny thin lips, we maybe wouldn't do the full syringe of filler in one sitting because of that vessel compression possibility. We kind of have to treat lips like I'm treating Brian, go little by little. But yours handled it perfect today, and it doesn't look like any problems. Do you have any pain right now? Perfect. So they're going to be a little sore today. I'm going to give you some ice, and you can ice intermittently. And then I'll give you my card so you can call or text anytime if you have any questions or concerns along the way. So excited for you. Okay, here's your fresh ice. You can use that as much as you want.
It is. So if you guys need your lips done, she's the perfect one. So they're a little swollen right now, but it'll go down to what it should be.
So, again, your right side comes up.
That was my before.
A little bit, yep. And so beautiful before. We just added a little bit of volume and hydration. This is before. And our after. So it's still a little bit higher on the rate, but I did try to even it out a little bit. And we got that nice, beautiful little bit of the keyhole that we talked about.
Yeah.
Too, because it's got such beautiful full lips. And so lots of swelling, a little bit more on the top because we did do more purple on the top, but that'll go down. About 2 weeks, I want you to reevaluate your lips, and if you have any fine tuning, if you want more volume, if you can see, we'll do that at that point.
Okay.
Okay?
Good morning, everyone. Don't mind how tired I am. I am on my way to work. So, day 2, well, day after I just got my lips done. This is how they look right now. So obviously there's still, you can still tell where she put the needle, and then you can tell that they're a little bit swollen. So apparently you will see like your final result pretty much around 2 weeks. So I will keep you guys updated in that regards. But I just wanted to show you how they looked the day after. It did feel a little funny all day yesterday after my appointment, but I did take some Tylenol some acetaminophen, and I did ice it off and on to help with that. So actually waking up this morning, it feels pretty good. So I will let you know if anything changes. Okay guys, so last and final update. Here's how we are looking right now. So all of the swelling has gone down. I was pretty much only swollen for like 2 or 3 days probably. I didn't really experience the full-on bruising that everybody talks about after getting their lips done. I had like a couple, but it wasn't really bad, so I didn't really have to worry about that. Luckily right now with the whole swelling, waiting for that to go down was easy because we all wear masks anyways, no one could see it. So I was fine. As far as pain level, so when I got there and I had asked, how bad does this hurt? The nurse was like, oh, it hurts like a bitch. Honestly, did not hurt as much as she made it sound. So I'm glad that she hyped it up when it really wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it feels like someone's pinching your lip, but nowhere near the pain level that I felt when I got my eyebrows microbladed. So yeah, I mean, if you're not happy with your lips and you want to get them done, I mean, why not? I'm glad I did. I definitely feel a lot more confident with them. I'm not so worried about my thin lips all the time, so I'm happy. So yeah, so this is pretty much where they will be. I know that, so yeah. Thanks for coming along with me. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys in our next video.